off this week, but anger is growing over anti-American comments, like the British hostage situation is a setup job by the USA and Britain, and 9/11 was an inside job. Now, some of the media are reporting that I called for Ms. O'Donnell to be fired by ABC. That is false, but it will be interesting to see if there are any consequences here. Who's now to analyze? Kirsten Powers here in New York and Michelle Malkin in Washington. See, now I think that Disney's got a big problem now, because you go over a certain line in America, you can't come back from that. You know, you start to accuse your own government of murder, you start to sympathize with the enemy, Iran. There's no coming back. You can call Donald Trump whatever name you want and not get hurt permanently. The things that she did last week, and Disney's going to have to deal with it somehow.
I agree with you, Bill. I don't know that ABC is ready to distance itself from Rosie yet. And I think that they've dug themselves in a very deep, deep hole, because their immediate reaction last week when she trafficked in this despicable 9/11 conspiracy mongering should have been to distance themselves immediately, because her question raising, as she likes to posture it, is really just a slap in the face to every single victim of 9/11 and their families. And I think we need to make explicitly clear who she is embracing. There are only two websites that deal with 9/11 that she has linked to on her own blog. One of them is called WTC7, and the other one is the Scholars for 9/11 Truth. These are the worst, most fringe, kookiest, discredited academic crackpots who believe that the Secret Service and the CIA planted a controlled demolition of that building. And if Rosie really wants to have an honest discussion and debate, I dare her, I dare Barbara Walters, I dare ABC to put on the editors of Popular Mechanics to set the people straight about what exactly happened.
But she's not interested in the truth. This is about hatred, and that's why I think Disney's got a big problem, Kirsten. This woman now has crossed the line into the hate territory. There's never been a successful media person in the history of this country that has crossed the line into hate. There are niche people on talk radio, very few on television. They're wiped out. But on her blog and in her demeanor on television, she is now a hater, and Disney's going to have to deal with it somehow, I think.
Well, I don't know. She's such a big celebrity that I'm not sure that they're going to want to get rid of her. And you look at the statement that ABC put out, it was sort of shockingly...
It was a milquetoast statement, but you expect that because they have to figure out how to deal with it. They're buying time.
Yeah, but I disagree. I think that the stuff that she said, I mean, Michelle just recapped the 9/11 stuff. You have to also consider what she was saying about the Iran situation. None of it, I mean, get her a subscription to a newspaper, any newspaper,
but she doesn't care
and you would know
that
everything she's saying is untrue, and they should have an issue with her just having basic facts. She can have her opinions. That's fine.
Okay, but now you're starting to agree with me. If ABC is a responsible network and they allow irresponsible people to put out propaganda, hateful propaganda that hurts people, ABC, Disney has a major problem, do they not?
Yes, they do. I agree, and I think that a lot of stuff she says up to this point is annoying. It maybe makes me angry. But this in particular is just, she has nothing to back up what she's saying. She's making these claims about what's going on with these people who have been taken hostage, you know, and she's making claims that are completely unsubstantiated.
It looks to me, Michelle, that she is now working out some kind of neurosis in front of the country, which is fascinating viewing, by the way. So I wouldn't be surprised if her ratings, when she comes back from her Easter break or whatever break she's on, go up a little bit. Because she's working out this hate, whatever she's got in her, on her blog and on ABC. But you're not supposed to do that when you're a professional broadcaster. You're supposed to broadcast. You're not supposed to set yourself up as a hater, an anti-American figurehead, as she has. And that, see, I think both of you ladies are underestimating the folks here. I think the folks, and she's not coming back from this.
The folks should buy her a ticket to Iran, that's what I say.
Well, she lasts 10 minutes in
She likes
Iran.
Iran
We all
so
know
much,
that.
yeah.
But it's not about Iran, it's about Rosie O'Donnell hating.
Yeah, it certainly is. And I think that this is on Barbara Walters. This is on ABC management. This is on Disney, and this is on the sponsors of The View. You know, Excedrin is one of the sponsors, which I think is quite appropriate because every time she opens her mouth, I get a headache. But I don't think that ABC is going to react until the American people are fully aware of just how low she has scraped the bottom of the barrel, especially on this 9/11 conspiracy mongers. And again, I challenge Barbara Walters to buy a copy of Debunking 9/11 Myths, which was the Popular Mechanics book that challenged and debunked every single one of these conspiracy theories. Hand them out to the audience and let them decide.
We all know that, but you're taking
No, we don't.
You're taking O'Donnell's. You're giving it too much credibility.
No,
it's
did you
nutty
hear?
stuff.
But did you hear the audience? Did you hear the audience last week?
It'd be like discussing dining with Jeffrey Dahmer.
They all applauded
We don't want to know what his menu is. He's a nut. But I'll tell you what, I'm going to give Barbara Walters a pass because I don't think Barbara Walters has any control over this woman at all.
Oh, come on.
In fact, I know she doesn't.
She sits at the same table. Bill, she's a friend of yours. Get her on your show. Ask her point blank. Do you agree that the Secret Service and the CIA blew up that building?
She can't control her, Michelle. I'm going to give Kirsten the last word. Go.
I don't know what to say.
You don't know what to say? We pay you to say stuff.
No, but I think that, I'm sort of surprised you don't think Barbara Walters has control over her own show.
She doesn't. No one has control over O'Donnell. No one.
Well,
that's what ABC's conundrum is. Ladies, as always, on the Rosie O'Donnell front, Tom Houston, Hanover, Maryland, face it, Bill. Rosie is not a newsmaker. Maybe she says things for Fox to keep her in the headlines. If you want to live in a twilight zone, it's up to you, sir. But this is a big media story. Carrie Davids, Hawaii. Bill, I sent the following email at ABC. I am repulsed that a woman of Rosie's celebrity would act so irresponsibly. This hatred of the USA is dangerous in a time of war. Stephen Hanft, Gillette, New Jersey. O'Reilly and Coulter hatefully attacked the 9/11 widows, Jersey girls, with cruel comments. So where was your outrage towards Coulter? Have another sip of Kool-Aid, sir. We called Miss Coulter out on that in no uncertain terms. How does it feel to be so wrong? Conrad Simon, Berkeley, California. Bill, stop playing the anti-American card. It's getting old. Here's something that might shock you, Conrad. Accusing the government of murdering 3,000 people on 9/11 without a shred of proof is anti-American, sir. Might want to get out of Berkeley for a few days. Lisa Glass, Columbia, Missouri. Mr. O, I think you're right, playing into Rosie's hands. She just wants attention and will say hateful things to get it. Elise Elegant, Sydney, Australia. O'Reilly, you are a disgrace to America. Your arrogant right-wing opinions make far less sense than what Rosie O'Donnell says. Robin Jacobs, Singapore. I am in disbelief that O'Donnell's comments are so moronic. Patrick Christie, London, England. I am disgusted by what that woman said regarding our brave military people being held in Iran. Carol, I'm withholding her last name, Cleveland. Rosie and Charlie Sheen aren't crazy. O'Reilly, you are. 9/11 was an inside job by Republicans, just like the assassinations of the Kennedy brothers and Martin Luther King. Just looking out for you, madam. You might want to talk to somebody.